As soon as you wake up, you swing yourself out of bed. Today's the day you'll save 2 lives, and probably many more, if Dumbledore can do anything to stop Voldemort. You get dressed quickly and rush down to breakfast. Potions is your first class, and you share it with the Gryffindors. This will be the chance for you to talk to Potter. At breakfast, you hold Draco's hand to show him that you still love him, even with who he is on the outside. Blaise glances down at your entwined fingers, and you yank your hands apart before he can notice. But the nudge to the shoulder and the angry look he depicts says that Blaise did notice, and once answers. Later, you mouth. Blaise nods curtly, and this time, don't lie. He mouths back. Your cheeks warm, and you nod, taking Draco's hand again. You don't care if Parkinson notices. Let her notice. She deserves the pain. Why am I so angry? You ask yourself. When you look down, you see your pinky fingers resting on Draco's dark mark. You jerk your hand away immediately, afraid that you've done something. You silently pray that you didn't. When Draco sends you a questioning glance, you shake your head and take his hand again, but this time the right one. Soon enough, breakfast is over, and you race to potions. Potter and his friends are on time today, and you take Potter by the robes to drag him to the very back of the classroom. Ow, 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 Ellen, what are you doing? Potter asks a bit too loudly. Shh, you say. I have to ask you for a very important favor. I need you to swear something. If you do, it could very well save the wizarding world. What is it? Potter asks, his green eyes twinkling. I knew he'd be interested. You say to yourself, typical Potter, always wanting to save the day. But this time, I need him to. I need you to promise me that no matter what, you'll protect Draco. Potter recoils. Malfoy? Why would I want to do that? He's an arrogant little... You put a hand over his mouth to silence him and lean closer. Be quiet, and I can't tell you exactly, but you just have to trust me. It's about you know who. I need you to protect Draco from him. Please, Potter, please. For a moment, Potter looks in your eyes, seemingly contemplative, but then he shakes his head, removing your hand, which falls to your side. No, I can't. You could be very well manipulating me, Ellen, and I've learned not to trust people. Before you can try to convince him further, he hurries back to his seat before Slughorn can yell. As you slide into your seat, you slouch in your chair, putting your head down over your folded arms. Well, that didn't go as planned. After class, you and Draco are walking to Transfiguration when you pull him aside, out of the way of passing third years. Draco, I have some questions for you, you say. He nods, glancing over his shoulder. Okay, what are they? But hurry up, because if we're late, McGonagall will have our heads. He looked behind him again, probably making sure nobody was eavesdropping. First, how close are you to fixing the Vanishing Cabinet? You ask. Pretty close. I just have to go back today to do one more thing. Why do you need to? Second, what are you going to use the cabinet for? You said you were going to kill Dumbledore, but how does the cabinet help with that? You glare at a first year who looks a bit too intently at you and wave him along. He scurries off down the hall, not looking back. Well, I was planning on letting some Death Eaters in. Snape told me to. Draco starts to tug you along, but you slap his hand away. You're not done yet. Why did Snape tell you to? What does he have anything to do with? You pause, the realization sinking in. Snape's a Death Eater too. Draco nods. You stomp your foot. That slimy jet. He raises an eyebrow. Sorry, no offense, but one last question. When do you think this will happen? Tomorrow, Draco says simply. I'll have to do it tomorrow. You look down at the ground, biting your lip in concentration. Okay then, we should probably get to class. And you both hurry on your way. Later, Draco isn't at dinner. Neither is Snape. You know that Draco was planning to finish mending the vanishing cabinet today, but this is taking longer than usual, and Snape hasn't helped him before. Potter rushes in and sits at the table behind you without a word. You didn't realize he had been missing too. What's going on? Blaise elbows you. So, what's going on with you and Draco? He hisses under his breath. Well, how do I say this? A few weeks ago, before the Christmas party, Draco kissed me, and that's when I realized I didn't hate him. And then a couple of nights ago, we kinda said we loved each other. You felt your cheeks warm. It was so embarrassing. Blaise simply smiled with one half of his mouth. Cute. And he goes right back to eating. Boys. You mutter to yourself, shaking your head. Where is Draco? If you're listening to this, I hope you have an amazing day, afternoon, or night, whenever you are. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.